All right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Strawberry Hill Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Simmons, and we're here at the Shop Cigar Lounge. And make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Make sure you follow us on all social media platforms at Strawberry Hill Podcast. And today, so we had Dante Hall in a couple weeks ago, and I said, why not get some more Chiefs players on here? That's my favorite team. That's who I roll with. Absolutely. And today we got Mr. Billy Bader.
Yes, sir.
What's up, man?
How you doing, my man?
I'm good, man.
Yeah.
So you are former tight end with the Chiefs, right?
That's correct.
And then you went to the Bucks.
I did.
And then what else?
I went to the Redskins.
The Redskins.
Yeah.
But let's just forget about those other two.
Yeah.
And let's just focus on the Chiefs.
I have no problem with
that. So how you been, man?
Good, man. Yeah, just hanging out. You got a nice shop here, man.
Yeah, thank you.
I'd never been here before. A lot of the guys that, I'm an ambassador here in Kansas City, and a lot of the guys who are members with us are also members with you.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool to actually come up here and see it. We should do a ambassador meeting here one time.
100% should.
Yeah, I'll make sure that happens.
Yeah, please
Danny Hughes will make that happen.
Yeah. So how long you been a Chiefs ambassador for?
Oh, man. Probably 10, 12 years.
Really?
Yeah, it's been a while now.
So how does someone get into that role? Is when you retire, do they just come and ask you, or do you kind of go to them?
Kind of, yes. So it's a situation where you had to play a certain amount of years. You had to be good in the community. You had to have, your ducks in a row. You left here on good terms and everything. And then, they kind of select you like, hey, this guy would be great for this. He's got this background. He does this. And then they ask you to come be an ambassador. And then you get an apprenticeship for a year.
Yeah.
And then after that apprenticeship, after you do it, if it's something you want to do, we vote you in or we vote you out. And then, the rest is, we're great in the community. I mean, we give a ton of money away. We raise a ton of money to a lot of charities around Kansas City. And that's, our role with the Chiefs. I mean, we are, when active players can't do things, they send us. So, we're one of the only, ambassadors, quote unquote, in the National Football League. There might be one other club that has
I don't
one.
hear much about other teams.
Yeah,
like ambassadors.
a lot of teams have alumni associations, which we do as well. That's Chase Kaufman, who does a great job around here. But this is actually, we're an arm of the Kansas City Chiefs. So, we do things on their behalf when active players can't do it, and they're great to us. I mean, they do a lot of nice stuff for us, and it's a great deal for us.
Yeah. So you can be on forever as long as you want.
You can. Yeah. I mean, there's ways to get removed.
Yeah. I mean, if you do everything right, let's just say that.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can do this as long as you want to. So Dante Hall's one, Danny Hughes, who's been in here, Neil Smith, all those guys. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
So it sounds like a good group of guys that
it is.
Be around.
We have a lot of good. We have a lot of fun. We do that. We meet once a month. Every Wednesday. We go different locations. I think every other meeting has to be at Arrowhead.
Yeah.
But every other one, again, like your location, like downstairs up here, would be terrific.
Yeah. You literally anytime you want.
Okay.
I'm not going to say no to that. So you grew up in Virginia. We're at in Virginia.
Crozet, Virginia. It's right outside of Charlottesville. So the University of Virginia is in Charlottesville. Grew up there. I played football and baseball at the University of Virginia. You
did both at Virginia.
I did. I got drafted out of high school by the Florida Marlins. I was a baseball player.
What position?
Third baseman.
Third baseman.
And then, they wanted to send me on a bus to Puerto Rico. I was going to make $849 a month, and I politely turned that down.
Yeah, I think you made the smart move.
So I went to Virginia and played baseball and football there. Didn't redshirt after 4 years. I got drafted by the Chiefs, and that's how I ended up out here.
So going back to college, I guess in high school, wherever you want to start at, like what was your favorite sport though? Since you played both,
so
I know you went on to play football.
Yeah, baseball was definitely my favorite sport. I was one of those guys that, because I was big, fast, strong, I qualified as a football player. I then had some talent, obviously a little bit of a mean streak, enough that I could go out there and get the job done. But I always loved baseball. I mean, this is why Jen Splittorf and I now coach softball together. You know, I had all daughters, so I have 3 kids. They're all daughters. One of them was a softball player who's now at Missouri State University playing softball. And when she got out, you know, Jen and I just, you know, we loved the game. And then we're coaching a team for Peppers Wallace. Peppers is an organization that's been around here forever. Jeff Wallace has been in the business for 20 years.
Yeah.
We have a lot of fun with it. So, yeah, it's a whole lot of fun.
That's fun. It's funny you say that because there's so many players I talk to that like baseball is like their first love. And like, and they're like, you know, I went with football because that's where the career, because so many people get drafted in baseball and they just get kind of lost in the mix. And,
it's a whole lot easier to make it to where you ultimately are making money. Yeah. Right. I mean, ultimately that's the end goal. I mean, you want to play a sport that you love. Obviously, I love football. It was a lot of my life for a long time. Yeah. But ultimately, you know, baseball requires you to go to rookie and single A, double A, triple A before you even really get to the money. Yeah. The NFL, you go directly there. And then it's up to you to make the team. And if you betting on yourself and you make the team, you're going to get paid. Yeah. So that was the main reason why I did it, you know. And to be honest with you, I mean, my NFL career, you know, I played 4 years and I played behind a guy by the name of Tony Gonzalez. Yeah. You know, just
a small name.
Yeah,
Tony
just a guy. But yeah, no. So I got drafted here, and that's kind of how. But baseball was always, man, for me. I just loved it, and you know, it's one of those things that looking back on it now, should I have maybe? And then after my sophomore year, my football coach, because I was starting. He basically came to me and said, look, your baseball days are over. Yeah. And I go, wait a minute, coach, that's not, you said I could come and play both. And he goes, okay, well, who's going to pay the bill? Yeah. And, you know, back then, I mean, baseball, they weren't giving anything for scholarships. So, and I was going, you know, obviously football is free. And, you know, my mom and dad didn't have a whole lot of cash. So I ended up being a football only guy. Yeah. So did you play just tight end in college too? I did. Yep, just tight end there. You know, I'm one of very few, and I don't know the number now. I used to know it, but I played in every game of my career.
Really? From freshman?
From my freshman, the first game was my freshman, to the last game as a senior, which was a bowl game in Hawaii. I played in all 48 or whatever it was, 49, something like that. And one of only a couple guys who've ever done that. And, you know, I grew up around there. Virginia football was a big deal for me.
Yeah, that's my next question, because, like, you're right down the street from him. So what was it like playing for Virginia?
So my dad was actually employed there. So my father was the head of he was the superintendent of heating and cooling there. And so when this whole thing was going down and the University of Virginia offered me a scholarship, you know, I had 5 visits lined up. I was going to Virginia Tech, Georgia Tech, Florida State. I had a couple. And, you know, they offered. My dad's like, nah, we ain't doing none of those. Like,
we going to Virginia.
We know where we going. Yeah. And so it was a big deal. I went to every game when I was a kid. My dad always took me to the games. You know, when I was there, we were, you know, top 10 every year. Really? I mean, we had – if I named off James Ferrier, Jamie Sharper, Aaron Brooks, Thomas Jones, Jermaine Crowe. I mean, we had Patrick Kearney. Yeah. All these guys were first-round picks. Yeah. And played in the NFL a long time. So we were all on that team. I mean, we were ranked as high as 5th in my time there. And we won 8, 9, 10 games every year. And then, you know, they had a lull until now. We beat Florida State last week. Yeah. We're now in the top 25 again. It's been a long time, man.
You get to go back to any games now?
I was there the other day.
Really?
Yeah. Went back. My mom actually still lives there. So I went, checked it out, went and saw my mom, went and talked to all the guys down there. You know, they're doing a great job, man. I mean, in today and age, you know, being a college coach is a really tough assignment, man.
Because it's all about money now.
It's all about money.
Yeah. There's no more recruiting. This is how much money can I pay a kid?
And there's no loyalty.
No.
0. And, and that's what it's all about. These kids nowadays, and I don't want to generalize everybody, but, it's about getting paid. And it's not about the education.
Yeah.
It's not about the experience anymore. It's about how much money can I make.
Yeah.
And they don't care where they go.
So I go back and forth on that, and I'm glad you mentioned that because, like, I played in college too, but nowhere near the like,
Sure.
I didn't go to NFL, but it was like, you got your education paid for, but you didn't get paid, but like you're making the university money.
Yep.
And you're like, you feel like you should get a little bit.
Sure.
But now, like, I feel like there's no real control over it right now.
It's wild
like,
west.
Like, I don't mind players getting paid, but like, I wish there was, like, it's like you said, it's like the Wild West. Like, and then you could just transfer anytime you want. You can transfer to 7-8 different schools.
It's just very hard, man.
Yeah.
I mean, and I'll take this back to like Virginia basketball. We won the national title in 2019. We had a coach there by the name of Tony Bennett. Who is quite possibly maybe the best, like, fundamentally sound basketball coach that's ever coached. I'm talking, I've been to his practices. I've watched him do things.
Yep.
The problem is he needs kids for 4 years.
Yep.
He needs
was
kids.
known for having seniors.
Oh,
yeah.
He needs kids to buy into the program and let me develop you into the type of player that I know we can win with, which he did for a ton of years. And ultimately, he retired because of the transfer portal and the NIL. He's like, look, I can't recruit these guys over and over and over again. I recruit them once, and then I got to recruit the same guys the next year.
You got to keep recruiting them. Like, how much money can I have to keep you here? And so I know Bill Self and KU are doing the same thing. It's like, because there's a new squad every year. Because you don't have the same players. Everyone transfers out or they want more money.
That's right.
And it's like a constant new team every single year.
And it just, for me, as a traditional college athletic guy, it just waters down the game for me, and it makes it for me where, again, I watch it, but it's not like I used to.
Yeah.
I used to carve out 3 hours of my day because I wanted to support my ball club. I wanted to know that kid that was coming up.
Yep.
And can I watch him for 3 more years and watch him develop into a stud? But now
Can't do it.
Doesn't happen.
Yeah.
And, it's
especially if they are a stud. Take it like if they're, you got a stud quarterback Virginia and it's their sophomore year and you're like, oh, he's going to go. Yeah. He's going to go to Ohio State or something, get more money.
Pay him more money.
Yeah.
And he's gone. So,
but I also don't blame him, but it's just like you said, it's like, it's hard because the loyalty's not there anymore. And like
gone,
as a casual fan, you're just like, I can't even watch my team anymore.
I can't even learn these names. Like every year I got to learn somebody new.
Yeah. So take me back to so your senior year, like you're getting drafted. Take me back to that time when you went. I'll take it. You went to the combine and everything.
I did. So, I was a psych major at the University of Virginia. The University of Virginia, for those who don't know, is a top 3 public institution in the country when it comes to academics. Big time academic school, and a lot of that, again, it's part of the tradition there. It's part of what they've built, what they're built on. And then they had great athletics. I was coming around, so I'll give you a story. I was a psych major. I ended up my 3rd year in college. I started dating a girl who was also at the University of Virginia. Well, I started dating her, and her dad was a psych professor.
Oh, Jesus.
So he was a 400 level psych. He taught a abnormal psych class. Well, my last semester of my senior year, I need one 400 level class to graduate. So by now, I've been dating his daughter for a year, and I go into his office. I ask him for a meeting. I go into his office, and I say, hey, Professor Oldman's like, listen, I need one 400 level class to graduate. But this whole semester, I'm going to be training for the combine. I'm going to be training for individual workouts. Ultimately, I'm training to provide for your daughter.
Yeah.
And to get drafted.
Yeah.
And he goes, fine, here's what we're going to do. So He sent me the notes to every lecture he had. He sent me all these. He said, look, you need to know this. You need to read this. And I did that. And thanks to him, I was able to not go to a lot of the classes, continue to train, take his class via virtually. And I went to the combine. I tested out very well. And the next thing you know, I get drafted in the 5th round. I marry his daughter.
I was about to say, hopefully you marry.
I married his
You're
daughter.
like, I'm sorry, I broke it up. I'm getting.
And 25 years later, we got 3 beautiful kids. We live in Overland Park, and the rest is history. So, a lot of that, of course, he tells me.
Yeah, you must say you better thank him.
Yeah, he tells me all the time. Every time I see him, hey, don't forget now.
The reason why you're there.
That's right.
So, how was like that day? Because was it 5th round?
5th round.
So, how was that day when you got that phone call?
So it was Dick Vermeil was the head coach. And
was it 2001?
2001.
Yeah.
And Dick Vermeil was the head man. And, he called. And he's like.
And so did you know you were going to go to the Chiefs? I mean, did you try out for him?
I had worked out for him. And honestly, I'll tell you another story. So it's that year that the Chiefs traded for Trent Green. And when they traded for Trent Green, they gave up their 1st and 2nd round picks that year. Okay. So they had already been telling me like, hey, we're going to take you probably in the 3rd round. Like, be ready. Back then it was, I'm trying to remember, but it was 1, 2, and 3 were on like Saturday, and then 4, 5, 6, and 7 rounds were on Sunday. So Saturday, I'm sitting around all day. My mom, my family, everybody's there. They make this trade for Trent Green, give up their 1st and 2nd round pick, and it's not going to happen, right? So I get a call from them, and they're going, look, we gave up these picks. Like, if you're there when we start day 2, we'll come get you.
Yeah.
And sure enough, I had the Patriots after me and a couple other teams, and they were very interested, and they were calling, and, the 4th round went by. It's at the start of the 5th round. I think it was like the 140th pick or something like that. And Dick Vermeil calls. He's like, hey, Billy, where you at? And I'm like, well, I'm in my living room. And he's like, well, you got TV on? And I was like, yeah, I think so, sir. And he's like, we're fixing to select you for the next pick. We got the next pick. We're selecting you. Make sure you're there. Make sure you're watching. It's a life-changing event.
Yeah.
And, as a 21-year-old kid, and I say kid because I was.
Oh, yeah. Still kid. Yeah.
You don't know. Like, you don't know the ramifications of what is fixing to happen to you. You think you do, but really you don't.
Yeah.
I mean, it has shaped my life, where I'm at now, what I do now, where I live now. It's all because I got drafted by the Kansas City Chiefs. My job now is because the relationships that I had built in that time, networking in the off seasons that now, I parlayed this into I sold the company 2 years ago.
Yeah.
This is what ultimately the Kansas City Chiefs have done for me. Not only did they pay me well, not only did I get an opportunity. They
created a life for you.
Oh man. Like, it's just the stepping stone to where they take you from making no money, which we did back when I played college football, to then, you're making X amount, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
And then it just, it parlayed the rest of my life, man.
Yeah.
So I owe a lot to them. A lot of guys leave here, they ultimately cut me. They fired me.
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah.
I hold no grudges, I'm very appreciative for what all they did for me, the opportunity they gave me. And, I love it here, man. I mean,
you stayed here.
I did. Had kids here, lived here, still live here. I got 1 kid still at home. The other 2 are in college. I can't guarantee for the rest of my life I'm going to do, the winters here. And
I don't blame you, man. If I had enough money, I'd be out.
It's hot, man.
Yeah.
It's hot in the summers and it's cold in the winters, man.
So did you, I guess when you got the training camp, I know, was it true, that everyone kind of says, when you get to training camp and like truly experience like the NFL talent, it's just so much faster.
Yeah. You know, I played in the ACC, so very high level football. You know, we played
Miami,
Florida State.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I had seen that level. Really, the biggest difference for me was going from high school to college and experiencing a AA high school that I played in to now playing in the ACC.
Yeah.
When I went from the ACC to the NFL, the biggest lesson I learned was that this is a job. These guys that got 3 or 4 houses, they got 4 or 5 cars, they got 2 or 3 ladies that they're paying money to. All this happens because they're making the team. So I learned very quickly that when you showed up for training camp, you best be ready. And it became a part of me. You know, those 4 years that I played in the National Football League, I spent all summer training. You know, I was a guy who I played a lot of special teams. Dante Hall, I hit a lot of people in the back so he could score, and he'll tell you now. But, you know, I did a lot of special teams. You know, I came here. I played behind the greatest tight end in the history of football.
Yeah, and that was my next question. Yeah. It was just like, what was it like?
You know, you get drafted here, and you know this is Dick Vermeil's first year, it's Trent Green's first year, it's Priest Holmes' first year, it's Eddie Kennison's first year.
That's a whole new squad.
It's Tony Gonzalez's 5th year.
Yeah,
and Tony's up for a contract. So, I don't know Tony. By the way, I'm going to preface this with Tony was in my wedding. I was in his wedding.
Okay.
I talk to him all the time. We are best of friends. Our families go on vacation together. But that first week, not having him there, and they just threw everything on me. Every route, every rep, because he wasn't there. He was holding out. So that whole training camp, well, this is when we went to River Falls, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
That whole training camp, he was not there. They worked a dude by the name of Jason Dunn, who you might know.
Yeah.
So JD and I and another guy were the only tight ends that they brought to camp. And this fool, Gonzalez, don't even show up. They kill us, man. I mean, they kill us. We go through the whole training camp. This is the last preseason game. They tell JD and I we made the team. You know, we're going, all right, well, now we got to play because he still ain't here. Well, we roll up in there Tuesday. So in the National Football League, Sundays are game days.
Mondays are off.
Mondays are off if you win. Tuesdays are off if you win. Yeah, Tuesdays are always off. Mondays are off if you win. Tuesdays are always off. Wednesday's a work day. So I roll up. I show up on a Tuesday. It's the first week. I'm coming over there to get a workout in. Well, when I roll up, everybody had parking spots. Well, I roll up. I see this
car is that?
I see this long, lean Audi up in a spot that's marked 88 Gonzalez. And I go, nah, hell nah. And I go down, you know, at Arrowhead at the time, we didn't have the practice facility. That was just there that we practiced on the field, but we had to get in a car and go back and forth between Arrowhead and the practice facility. So I was going down to Arrowhead to get a workout in, do some things. Well, when I go down there, I see 88. So all the lockers down in the locker room are done by positions as well. So his was in the corner. Mine was on this side. JD's was on this side. Well, his had been basically nothing, no activity. Well, I go down there. There's a whole lot of products, hair products, skin products. Shit, I'm going, this must be him.
Yeah.
So I go work out. I come out. This joker's sitting in his locker. And I walk out. I sit down in my locker. He looks at me. He goes, so you the new guy? So, yeah, I'm the new guy. He goes, I am the guy. Okay? And so at that moment, you know, I'm going, all right, well,
yes,
fine.
Sir.
I understand.
Yeah.
And we were great friends, man. I mean, we still are. And, you know, he was an LA guy, city guy. I was a Virginia country boy. And, we found this common ground, man, to where, we built a bond that will last forever.
Yeah.
And, that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
The relationships, some of these guys like Sean Barber and Mike Maslowski and Kevin Lockett and some of these guys that I played with, we're still best friends, man.
Yeah.
And, we all hang out and we all get together and we cheer for each other's kids. Kevin Lockett's had Tyler Lockett and he's got a kid there now at Kansas State. And, he's got 2 coming, and Sean Barber's got a kid now in the organization for the Royals. He's a minor league player, and just it's what it's all about.
Yeah.
And Gonzalez and I, man, again, it's all because the Kansas City Chiefs drafted me.
Yeah.
I now have a relationship with him to where, we both are in a position that, I appreciate his family, he appreciates mine. And we do things together, man.
Yeah.
And he's a great dude, man.
Yeah.
A terrific football player. When I tell you this.
Oh, probably the best tight end ever.
No disrespect to Travis Kelce.
Well, he'll get there.
Travis and I are buddies.
He's 2.
He's 2. But, when you look at the numbers, man, Tony is so far in front of everybody. Even now. I mean, Travis has more Super Bowls, but he doesn't have more touchdowns. He doesn't have more yards. He doesn't have more catches. And he's not even close.
Yeah.
People, it's out of sight, out of mind. But if you go back and you look at this, Tony Gonzalez is number 3 in the history of football in the amount of catches. He's behind Jerry Rice, Larry Fitzgerald, who just passed him.
Yeah.
So his last year, he passed Gonzalez, and Tony was number 2 forever.
That's wild.
And now he's number 3.
As a tight end.
As a tight end.
I remember he had a streak, too, of like a catch.
Oh, man.
I think he had a catch every game for the longest time.
He was the things I learned from him outside of football, the ability to train, the ability to stay disciplined, the ability to block out the noise.
Yeah.
I mean, this man, he had the world at his fingertips. I mean, he was the guy who basically made this position, right? I mean, you think about the guys before him, they weren't the pass catching threat that this guy was. I mean, he basically revolutionized an entire position for the National Football League to where it is now. I mean, they have turned it into, they look for guys like him, basketball players who were long, who could run, Antonio Gates, Jimmy Graham.
Say that, yep.
These guys weren't even football players, but they were that kind, and they've turned into great players. And this is kind of where I tell people all the time, the most athletic position in the football field is a tight end. They got to block a 300-pound man, and they got to beat a 200.
And they got to run a route.
And they got to beat a 200-pound safety on a corner route.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of ability and talent. That's who he was. He could do both. And that's where I think the tight ends of today, they're not held to that same standard anymore, where now some of them do. The George Kittles of the world, the Mark Andrews of the world, you can run power behind them. There's some guys you can't. I mean, they run away from them. They do different things to get them out of the blocking scheme.
Yeah.
But the true tight ends, man, like Tony Gonzalez, it's a dying breed, man.
Yeah, and it's wild that we've had, Tony Gonzalez and Travis Kelce in this organization.
Maybe 1 and 2.
1 and 2.
I think 1 and 2.
Yeah.
I do. And some people are going to say it's the other way around with the rank, but
regardless, still 1 and 2.
Still 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what was it like playing for the Chiefs? Like, because, Kansas City Chiefs, it's, I've been a fan since, I've been a little kid. And I know, of course, it's different to me, but like, what was it like coming from Virginia, coming here to play for the Kansas City Chiefs?
So the one thing I'll never forget is the first time I landed in KCI or MCI Airport. And I grew up in the mountains in Virginia. And literally we land, and at this time, there was a bunch of cattle and stuff like right next to the airport. We land in a cow field. And I can see until basically it looks like the world falls off a cliff. And I'm going, where am I at? So I got drafted in April. we fly out here right after that for mini camps. And I just remember that moment in my life. And I went, we ain't in Virginia anymore, Toto. Yeah. We're actually in Kansas.
We're in Kansas, yes.
Toto. And that's when I realized. And, I lived here with a guy. My first year, his name was Lawrence Tynes, kicker for the New York Giants, played in 2 Super Bowls, won 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
And him and I were roommates, man. We lived in the Residence Inn at Independence. And I'm talking,
wild.
we just slummed around, man. We were trying to figure out, are we going to make the team? How do we make the team? He didn't make the team ultimately. We had a guy by the name of Morton Anderson.
Yep. Old Morton Anderson.
He lived in my basement. Lawrence Tynes lived in my basement for an entire year. Came back, tried out again for the Chiefs that next year, did not make the team again. He said, "Baby, I'm not going to live in your house again. I
need a good luck charm.
I'm going to the CFL." So he went to the CFL. Went to the CFL, played up there 2 years. The Chiefs bring him back again. The 4th time, he beats Morton Anderson out. He makes the team. He kicks here 3 years. He went on and kicked another 7 years for the New York Giants, won 2 Super Bowls, lives right across the street from me now.
Oh, really?
One of my good buddies, man.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, again, the Kansas City Chiefs, when I got out here, what I didn't really know is the love and the fan base and the craziness that is involved with the Kansas City Chiefs, man. I mean, living in Virginia, you watch the Chiefs when they were on. You didn't obviously they weren't on national primetime a lot back then. There wasn't a whole lot of those avenues anyway, you know. And I knew them, but I didn't know them. And when I got out here, man, and you're a Kansas City Chief, and the way this community and this town embraces you, and just shows you love, man, and just shows you, hey, look, you're one of us. And they still do. I mean, that's the thing about this place, man, that was so intriguing for me when I played here, so intriguing when I retired, to stay here, have kids here, raise a family here, start a business here, and I'm still here.
Yeah. What was it like walking out on Arrowhead the first time?
Man, the first game, this is another moment I'll never forget, man. I mean, we're playing the Chargers, and I'm on the kickoff return team, and they're playing Hell's Bells. And it was back then, bro, when, you could line up you could get in the wedge.
Yep.
You had wedge busters.
Yep.
Well, I was in the wedge, Jack. And you knew, man, when you got back in there to hold hands,
somebody's coming.
Somebody was going down. And I could have ran through that wall right there that day. I mean, I hit some poor fella for the Chargers, man. I swear to God, I never hit somebody so hard in my entire life. And, I remember that day. And that was my first time. We had played preseason games there.
Yeah, but that's not the same.
It's different, man. That first game, Jack.
Home opener. Woo.
Oh, man, it was juiced. And, this was back when we were really good. We had a great offense. We won 13 games, we won 9 games in a row, 2003, the first 9.
Yep.
Which might still be a record. Maybe Pat and them have passed it. I'm not sure, but we won 9 games in a row. It was a record at the time. And, I just remember that season, man. We ended up 13-3.
Yep. I remember that no punt game. Me and Dante were just talking about that. I was like, golly. It's like, just make it stop.
Make one.
Make one.
And now I'm buddies with Sean Barber and Mike Maslowski. I'm like, man.
Y'all couldn't make
one. Y'all couldn't stop him one time? They did have a guy by the name of Peyton Manning.
Just somebody.
He was a fine ball player.
Yeah, just a little bit.
So, they had 4 Hall of Famers on that team. Peyton Manning,
Edgerrin James, and Marvin Harrison, Reggie Wayne.
Yep. I mean, they weren't.
They had a good squad.
They were
and
not
Jeff Saturday. I mean,
they were not a bunch of slapdicks.
Yeah.
Nah, they came in, man, with a mission, and we had a mission too. We were good. It's just we couldn't get out of that game, man.
Yeah.
Tony caught a touchdown in that game that they called back for pass interference, and Morton Anderson missed a field goal. We lost by 3.
Yep.
So, Looking back on it, ifs and buts. I mean, there was a ton of things that could have went differently, but I actually think Dante returned a kick in that game.
He did, I think.
Yeah. Which I hit somebody in the back, I'm sure.
Don't worry about it. So Dante described to me, because I mentioned to him that Denver return was my favorite.
Oh, yeah.
And he said the Baltimore one, which
Baltimore was outstanding.
Yeah, because that was like the game winner pretty much. But I was like, I remember the Denver one because I remember there was a couple of blocks at the back. So he was like, nope. He goes, so back then, as long as you had one hand on the back,
hey,
I was like, whatever you want to call it.
But listen, man, we were playing that Baltimore game, and Ray Lewis was talking mad shit. I mean, this is back when Ray was the truth.
Yeah.
When he brought that hat jack, he brought it heavy.
Mm-hmm.
And it was 10-10, and I remember that return too. I remember it like it was yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Dante busts one down the side, and literally I'm following him now. I blocked somebody, and I'm following him down the sideline, and literally Dante's running, talking shit to Ray. Ray's on the sideline. He's looking around talking, where's Ray? And he's running down there, and Ray is over there just going. You can hear him the whole time run his mouth. And we ended up winning that kickoff return. Won the game.
It was 17-10, I think.
It was 17-10.
Yeah.
That kickoff return won the game, man. And it was awesome, man. I mean, we had so many of those back then. Dante.
He returned I forgot how many he did that year.
I mean,
Dante. It was like 4 or 5 or 6, something like
that. Dante was to the point, man, where, he would come into our kickoff and punt return stuff and say, listen, man, just getting away. You getting away, I can do the rest.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I need you to put a hand on them, and I got it from there. Yeah. And literally, man, time after time after time, you're on the ground or you're blocking a guy, and you see that joker go by you and you go, he gone again.
Yeah, he gone.
And he broke. He might still own records too. I don't know. But it was crazy, man. And we were really good. I mean, Priest was on a whole different level back then.
That was just a phenomenal offense.
Oh, man. I mean, Tony was catching 90 balls.
And then you had the best offensive line I think I've ever seen.
We had the best offensive line.
I think there was like 3 or 4 Hall of Famers on that.
3 or 4 Hall of Famers. Well, it's 2 professional NFL Hall of Famers.
Willie Roaf, Casey Wigman, Brian Waters, Will Shields, and I forgot
John Tate.
John Tate, yeah. What a hell
It was crazy, man.
Yeah.
Them guys were, and people don't even, Brian Waters is in the Ring of Fame.
Willie Roaf is in the Ring of Fame.
Willie Roaf, yeah. Casey Wigman.
Yeah.
I talk to people all the time about that guy was special, man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he played 15 years in the National Football League, and he was a 6, maybe 2, probably 1, 275-pound man if he was lucky. It could run like the wind and was nasty. And was a technician when it came to blocking men who were 50 pounds heavier than him. And he did it over and over and over again. But, I think he should be in there too. I think what they did, what they did at that time for Priest Holmes and Larry Johnson, you ask those guys. I mean, and don't get me wrong, Jason Dunn setting the edge.
That's a big man too. Jason
He's a
Dunn.
big man, Jack.
Yeah.
Might be the biggest man I've ever seen.
Yeah. I saw him one time. I was like, dear Jesus. Like, I thought I saw big. I was like, that man
He's a
is
big man,
big.
Jack.
Yeah.
He was a big man.
And this was when he was playing. I was just like, I don't even know what he looks like.
You should
now.
see him now.
Yeah.
He's about 400.
Oh, jeez.
He's a big man.
Big boy. Yeah.
He came by the house the other day when he was in town, and he had to turn sideways to come to the front door, man. JD, I hope you hear this.
Yes.
You need to lose some weight.
Nothing
pal.
but love.
Yeah.
So, what was your welcome to the NFL moment? I know everybody's kind of got one.
Oh, man. So that first year, no, this was my second year. My second year, again, I got the greatest tight end of all time, and I got possibly the greatest blocking tight end of all time who play in front of me. And JD tears his pec. So this is during the Patriots dynasty. He tears his pec. We got a game in Foxborough. And I'm up. They're going to look, baby. Like, you're the number 2. Like, you're doing everything JD did.
Yeah.
You're in the game, blah, blah, blah. And I had played sparingly, but I was a ton of special teams, but nothing really on offense until this day. And we traveled to Foxborough. Mm-hmm. So and again, now we're stuck in their heyday. The Brewskis,
yeah.
Guinness, the Will Folks,
yeah.
the Ty Laws.
Yeah.
And I'm talking back in their prime.
Mm-hmm.
And first play, they called 2 tight end set. And I go in the game, man. I'm in the huddle. I'm in there going around, Listen, one bad man I know was Willie McGinnis. He was a bad, bad man. And they called first play, and it's power to my side.
Like, come on.
And it's against Willie McGinnis.
Come on.
And I'm going, man, I'm going to get down the stance, and I promise you this. I'm coming off this ball as hard as I can. I'm going to hit this joker with everything I got. I come off the ball. I got my head down. I'm looking for somebody. I swear he was there. I never hit him, never saw him. He's in the backfield. He hitting Priest for a loss. And I'm going, oh, shit, I got to do something different. And I learned, again, I did that one time. And I was like, can't do that. I got to go about this a different way. And, as the game went on, I settled in. But I remember that play going, oh, boy. And we had a goal line play in that same game. And I don't remember if we won that game. I'll have to go back and look this up. This was 2002. We played the Patriots, but I don't remember if we won this game or not. But I remember this goal line play, and I remember looking over, and Willie McGinnis was in front of me, and I was going, all right, baby, we got to come about this a different way. Mm-hmm. And I remember coming off the ball, doing it differently, hitting him hard, keeping my feet, head up, the whole deal, and scoring. But, that day was when I really realized, again, I had played my 2001 year on special teams.
Yeah.
And, but it's different.
It's different.
It's different, man. And that was
Willie McGinnis ain't on special teams.
He is not.
Yeah,
he is not. Yeah.
It's different.
Yep.
So going back to that, and you say Willie McGinnis, I guess I'm going to ask you, who was the best player that you either A, played against or you've ever seen?
Man. I'm going to answer this twofold.
Uh-huh.
Okay. When you have the opportunity to play with the greatest that's ever played at a position,
yeah,
I think you take some of that, for granted. Mm-hmm. He's by far the best player I played with. Mm-hmm. Tony Gonzalez was treated like a number 1 receiver. When we played the Denver Broncos, they put Champ Bailey on him.
Jeez.
When we played the New England Patriots, they put Ty Law on him.
Yeah.
When we played any of those guys, he got the number 1 corner. Mm-hmm. The greatness that he had, the ability that he had to get in and out of breaks, the ability he had to catch a ball. I want you to think about, and again, Travis Kelce's terrific, but I want you to think about the last time Travis Kelce caught a ball over his head, jumping up in traffic and going and high pointing the ball and having to bring it down. First of all, I'm not going to name names, Trent Green aside, but Tony Gonzalez had some cast of characters.
He had quite a bit
quarterbacks.
Quarterbacks, yeah.
That he played with,
yeah,
that we could name, that we all know who they are.
Oh, we know who they are. You don't have to name them.
That he did work.
Yeah, that he made them look like all pros.
Had Tony Gonzalez played with Patrick Mahomes,
oh, it'd be over.
I'm not sure any record could be had.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not sure Jerry Rice's record wouldn't be in jeopardy.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he wouldn't own everything. And he did this and put up the numbers he did with the stable of quarterbacks he had is amazing, man. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of people took this for granted, and a lot of people didn't really understand how good he was, man. But he was the greatest football player I played with. And I would be hard-fetched. Again, my second part of this, In college, I played with a guy, and I'm going to test your knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
In college, I played with a guy by the name of Anthony Poindexter. Do you remember that name?
Mm-mm.
So for those who are listening, I want you to go Google this man. This man, his name was Anthony Poindexter. When we beat Florida State, which we just did again in 1995 for the first time, he was the guy who tackled Warwick Dunn on the goal line.
Mm-hmm.
He was a 4-time All-American at the University of Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
He is the second greatest football player I ever played with. He came back his senior year. He should have went. He took out a Lords of London policy on his knees and for injury. He was a junior. He would have been a top 10 pick. He promised his mom that he was coming back to get a degree.
Mm-hmm.
He was going to be the first guy in his family to ever get a college degree. His dad was a bricklayer. His mom was a factory worker, and he wanted to do this. So he comes back. He plays his senior year, week 8. We're playing NC State. Torrey Holt, who we all know, catches a ball, comes across the middle. And if you know Torrey Holt, he's never been hit hard because he dives down. He gets out of the way. He doesn't want to get hit. Well, he catches a ball across the middle. He knows who's in there. Anthony Poindexter was a strong safety.
Mm-hmm.
The second greatest player I ever played with. He's in the College Football Hall of Fame. He dives, bam, point comes up. The only time in my life I ever saw Anthony Poindexter pull up on a tackle. He pulls up, Torrey Holt dives, hits him in the knee, tears his ACL, tears his PCL, tears his LCL, tears every ligament in his knee. He wants to play football so bad. He comes back. He rehabs for a year. The Ravens draft him in the 7th round. The man tore his knee up in week 8. The Ravens took a flyer on the man.
Jeez.
That's where we are. Like, that's how good this guy was. They take a flyer on him. He comes back. He plays 3 years in the league. He wins a Super Bowl with the Ravens in 2000 and when did they win it? 2000?
2000, I think, yeah.
Won a Super Bowl with them in 2000. He retired right after that. The second greatest football player I ever played with was Anthony Poindexter. He was a man amongst boys.
Yeah.
And he was in the time when a safety could strike fear in folks. And he hit people to where you weren't sure they were alive. And this was a guy who was phenomenal. But yeah, so Google him for those
I'll have to look him
who
up.
don't know him, man.
It sounds familiar, so.
He's now the defensive coordinator at Penn State University.
Oh, that makes sense now.
Yeah, he's doing great. He actually was offered a job at our alma mater before Tony Elliott took it. But, you know, he didn't take it. And he's still at Penn State doing a great job there. But another guy, built a relationship with, talked to him weekly. Yeah. Love the guy. And that's what football does, man.
Yeah. So what was life like after, I guess, the transition, like when you left football?
So Mike Maslowski, who's a linebacker here, him and I tore our knees up the same year.
Jesus.
So we were at training camp, River Falls, Wisconsin. And, you know, he tore his knee, I tore my knee. We're both laying on the tables, and we're both looking at each other going, well, we know how this goes. You guys are long in the tooth. You guys are making a certain amount of money. You guys are – and we knew the time was coming.
Yeah.
We started planning then. We ultimately parlayed our relationships with the National Football League. At the time, it was run by Reebok. Reebok owned the National Football League. And basically, they took us in, man. When we retired, the Reebok reached out and said, hey, we need some guys in the Kansas City area. Would you be interested? And we're like, what do you mean you need some guys? Like, what are you talking about? Well, they're like, we need some team dealers. We need some guys to go in, sell Reebok to some of these high schools and colleges in this area. So we go, we'll get back to you. Well, we didn't do that. We decided to own our own company. And we said, Reebok, here's what we'll do. We'll open a company and we'll sell your product. We don't want to work for you.
Yeah.
We'll take your line and we'll rep it for you and go into these schools and these colleges with who we were, have instant credibility, sell them the same thing that the Kansas City Chiefs are wearing, and down the road we'll go. And sure enough, they said, okay, sounds great. So we started a company 20 years ago that was called MB2 Sports, 2 M's, 2 B's, Mike Maslowski, Billy Baber. And we basically built this in my basement of my house. We built this to a company that 2 years ago we were acquired by a much bigger company, a $3 billion company, came in and said, hey, we need you guys to help us. And that's what we do now. We work for that company.
So they bought you out?
They did.
Good.
And now I'm gainfully employed. I work for the man. I answer to the man. I
pay the bills.
I stay in my lane, and I'm happy to do so. So we work for a company now called BSN Sports, biggest team dealer in the country. $3 billion organization that, they treated us well. So I'm very happy. And that's, again, this all goes back to the first thing I said. What the Kansas City Chiefs have done for me is unbelievable. I mean, and that's how I ultimately started my second career. That's ultimately how I fed my family for the next 20 years. And now I'm in a position that, at any point, anytime, this is not something I want to do, I can move on. So
that's awesome. That's awesome. And then now you say you still coach. You coach softball.
I do. I coach softball with Jen Splittorff. And I have a love for it, man. My daughter played it.
You know what's funny is that I mentioned your name to Danon, and he was like, "Yeah, he coaches softball, does that stuff. He loves doing that stuff." And I was like, And I mentioned it, and your face lit up. I was like, "Yep."
Built a love for it, man. Watching my middle daughter, who played softball at a high level, who now is a Division I, softball player at Missouri State University. I grew to love the game, man. Again, I love baseball, but it's hard for me to watch baseball now. Softball is such a faster, quicker paced activity where it's much more for the fan, but even to coach it, man, it's awesome. And we have a bunch of high level girls who play for us on the Peppers, and Jen and I, we just had a young lady commit to Penn State University, and I actually have a picture. So when she went on a Penn State visit, she goes to a football game. She's standing on the sideline. I said, "Don't move." I text Point. They're playing somebody, UMass, the night before, and I text him. I said, "Hey, this girl's going to be on your sideline tomorrow. I need you to go say hi, and I'll show you the picture afterwards." And literally, he's down there. He finds her. He's FaceTiming. He goes, "Baby, is this her?" And I was like, "That's her." He's like, "I got you." And he goes over there. He introduces himself, and that player was like, "Oh my God, coach!" Like, all these other girls are there. He finds me, picks me out, comes over and says, "Hey, if you know Billy Baber, you know me." And she was like, "It was the greatest thing."
That's awesome.
But we have that kind of player. We play in those kind of tournaments. It's high level kids who want to be tested. They want to be pushed. And I love it. And we work with them, and we go. Jen and I spend our summers together, man, just on the road, traveling all over with these girls. Billy Butler and I played in a game. I don't know if you saw this, but we played Billy Butler in a tournament. And
like his team or
his team. So he coaches high level girls in Idaho. And he runs the club. And we're playing them in a tournament. And the news comes out, and they're doing a story on me and Billy Butler being former professional players that are now back in the community coaching girls softball.
That was not too long ago, was it?
It wasn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was on
because I remember because Billy was on the radio talking about coming or being here for the
Yep. And I love it, man, and I love the girls, and I love working with them. And my youngest daughter is a swimmer, so it's a lot of their own time where they're practicing, doing things on their own. Obviously, I don't miss any of her meets.
Yeah.
But with the other two gone, and the summers are wide open because college athletics, they're just training. They don't have any, obviously, competition.
Yeah.
I don't really miss anything, so I don't miss anything of theirs. I can stay involved in the game, and I can teach these young girls how to compete and how to hit a softball, which was what I did.
So do you have, going back to your playing days, because you said that you don't miss anything now, and I'm sure it was tough when you were playing, being like, trying to start a family and everything, being gone all the time. Do you have any regrets when you were like when you're in the NFL career?
Man, I really don't. My oldest daughter was born my last year in the National Football League, so I didn't ever cross over that where I'm missing games on a weekend because I'm at something. I never faced that. My biggest regret in the National Football League was not doing enough in the off seasons to network and do the things that I needed to do. Again, you're young, you're full of piss and vinegar, you're on top of the world, you're an NFL player. Thinking about the end of that is not something you're doing.
Yeah.
I didn't use that platform great. I used it well enough, but I could have used it so much better.
Yeah.
I mean, being a Chiefs player in this community, having that much time. I mean, yes, we worked out for a couple hours every day. We did that, but there was a ton of hours throughout the day where I didn't. And I had that opportunity where I could have went out, I could have interned, I could have networked with a lot of big time guys in the community in business and different things that I wanted to get involved with that I didn't do.
Yeah.
And looking back on it now, again, my best friend, Sean Barber, is in player engagement now with the Kansas City Chiefs. And him and I talk about it all the time.
Yeah, and I'm sure you get to talk to players too about it.
Oh, we do. Yeah, and I talked to him this year.
Doing this right.
He had me come in and talk to these kids, and they're not kids, they're young men. And I just try to pass along the knowledge. I was a guy who did it in the NFL. I was a guy who also did it in the business world, was accomplished in both. If I can pass along some bit of knowledge that I can help a young man, help himself, help his family, and better his life, I love doing that.
Well, Billy, this has been awesome.
Yeah.
I'm glad you got to come on, man.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you having me.
Yeah, man. And like I said, the space is open anytime.
Love the spot, man. You got a wonderful spot up here in Strawberry Hill. For those who have not been here, I recommend that you come by, tell them why you're here, meet my man, and enjoy the spot. It's beautiful.
I appreciate it, man. Yeah. This was like, I'm like a little kid when I get to talk to Chiefs players. So
yeah, it's cool, man.
I'm super grateful that you're here and super grateful that you got to play.
Yep.
And I'm glad that life has been good.
It has.
Since after football, because a lot of times, players, they retire, they kind of lose that identity. They don't know what to do.
Yep.
So I'm glad you found yours, man.
I did, man. And thanks for having me.
Of course, man. Thank you.
Yep.
And thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you guys. And make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Make sure you follow us on all social media platforms at Strawberry Hill Podcast. And we will catch you next time.